Hello, everyone. This is Uncle Sasana Divine, your goddess, and we are here today to talk about Aries from the eyes of me being a Libra. So let's get into it. Peace, everyone. Peace, peace, peace. It's Uncle Sasana here, and I'm here to talk to you all about my experiences with Aries being a Libra Scorpio. Let's get into it. I know that all Aries are different, all Libras are different, and depending on your different placements in your natal chart, the type of person you are, your experiences, it all can shape who you are as a person. Your zodiac sign is not the end all be all about your personality and what you are like. It's just more so about what are you prone to do, what are you more likely to do or feel or think, those type of things, right? I'm here today to talk about my experiences with Aries being a Libra because we all experience things in a different way. And my experience as a Libra, me being the way that I am, and then an Aries person being the way that they are, they're going to have a different interaction with me, different than what they would have with, say, let's say a Gemini. Okay? So I want to talk about the Aries relationships in my life or that I have come in contact with and gotten to know them as an Aries and my experience and my takeaway. First off, Aries people are very headstrong people. They may not always show what they're thinking, but they are very headstrong and can be very stubborn. When they put their mind to something, they just go straight at it full on with the head first. Aries is ruled by, Aries governs the head. Okay, every zodiac sign has a body part that it's associated with, and Aries are associated with the head. They go into things head first. Think about they think about the consequences later and act first a lot of times. The planet that governs Aries is Mars. Mars is known as the planet of sex, passion, passionate sex, aggression, war. It's also known for masculine energy, and Aries encompasses all of these action. So just think about a bull or a ram going head first into something. Just when they come in head first. All right, that is your Aries personality. Aries women and Aries men are not different. They're very much alike when it comes to dealing with Libras. There are a couple things that I've noticed when dealing with Aries. One, they love to manipulate Libras. They always feel like they are a lot smarter than Libras because Libras tend to lead with other people and Aries lead with themselves. Aries and Libra have a very can have very successful business relationships. And lastly, Aries and Libra, they really do complement each other and can learn a lot from each other. They love to manipulate Libras. They Libras and Aries make very good business partners when they both work together. And lastly, the Libra Aries relationship can be a learning experience for both Libras and Aries. I have people that are very close to me that are Aries, people that I've known my entire life that are Aries. I have people that I've met in passing and people that I spent a lot of time with and got to know them on a deeper level that are Aries. So it's a certain common thread when it comes to the Aries in my life when it comes to dealing with people like Libras because Libras and Aries are the opposite on the spectrum. They are completely known to be opposites. For example, of course, Libra is all about partnership. It's all about two people. It's all about other people. Aries is all for self, all about me. I'm first. Libra is going to put someone before them. Aries is going to say, no, let me have mine first. Aries is all about self. Libra is all about partnership. Aries is all about just action. Libra is about thinking first before moving. So two very different. One is fire, one is air. Okay? One is aggression and war and fighting. The other is love and peace and harmony. So when these two different energies come together, it can be very complementary or it can be like ramming your head into a beautiful white picket fence. And that's why Aries like to manipulate Libras, because Aries thinks like, oh, this Libra person is so giving. This Libra person is so dumb and naive. This Libra person is always caring about other people. This is a perfect mark for me because I'm smarter than the Libra. The Libra's always putting other people first, and I can really capitalize off this situation because this Libra person is so dynamic, so talented. I can use some of this. Aries comes in, wool and sheep's clothing, wool and sheep's clothing. Aries people are like Libra in that we both normally have some underlying motives or something that's under the surface. With me being a Libra Scorpio, I always have something under the surface because of that Pluto energy, or always revealing something, or just always something very deep seated. And Aries has that too. It's always something else going on with the Aries below the surface that no one knows about. The Libra is a little bit more forthcoming with it because of the balance. And the Aries is a lot more like a trickster when it comes to it. Aries, you all know that you can be very calculated. You know that you can be very misleading to people in the sake of yourself, to fulfill yourself. Aries doesn't necessarily go out to hurt and harm people, but they are very much about self-preservation, especially if it's an Aries who has had to use survival, be in survival mode a lot, or they grew up having to fend for themselves. They are going to be a lot more self-centered and self-preserving than most Aries. And when you come across this Libra person who is so giving and sacrificing, it's so easy for them to want to take advantage and to take control. And Aries loves control. So when they find someone like a Libra who is willing to give up control, if you will go and check out my other videos, you'll see I explained a little bit why Libras are willing to give up control. So Aries will take that and think that's a opening, think that's a window, think that's the easy way. And the Libra will peep it from the beginning. Aries, and letting you all know right now that Libras peep everything from the beginning, especially the Libra Scorpios. We are detectives. We are always suspicious. We're always being critical. We're always analyzing and overanalyzing. We're always thinking. We're just as calculated as you are. But the difference is you all kind of like lead with your head. We lead with our heart and our heads, and we think a whole lot more. So every time you all think that you're like kind of getting things past us, it really doesn't work in the long run, because up front we want to trust you, and our loving relationship towards you allows us to trust you. But then as soon as we start seeing those little signs, we're like, okay, Aries, I see you. I see those bull horns peeking out. I see those devil horns peeking out, Aries. And then what happens next is the Libra speaks up about it, and the Aries manipulates. The Aries tries to conceal the secrets. But once again, Libra Scorpios are detectives, so we already find out, we already know what's going on. We're just toying with you at this point. We're toying with you to see, to make sure we're not tripping, to see if you see where you're wrong at, to see if, to give you the chance to kind of like do the right thing. And when you don't do the right thing, it ticks the Libra off about you so much, because you as Aries like to put on a face that you, like I said, those other motives. But everything is like geared towards you, you know. Libra is the same, can be the same way. But when it comes to the dynamic of a Libra Aries relationship, it doesn't matter how it could be. It could be siblings, it could be mother daughter, it could be, platonic friendship. the Aries is always doing its best to be on top of the Libra, because the Aries is a masculine sign. They like to be in front. They like to be in the front. Number one, me first. See me first. And the Libra's like, okay, like, you can be up front, out front, see me first, but I'm the talent. I'm the star. Like, I'm the one who, nobody ain't here to see you, Otis. Every time the Aries wants to, dominate the relationship. And Libra's okay with it at first. But let's also remember, Libras have a lot of masculine energy, especially the ones that are closest to Scorpio, because let's not forget that Scorpio, in my opinion, has a lot of masculine energy with that Mars that's in the, underlining energy. Libras will allow you to lead, but at the same time, don't like overdo it. You know what I mean? Aries don't overdo it, because when you overdo it, you kind of like mess up the dynamic of the relationship, because Libras don't mind letting Aries lead. We don't mind that. You all, are very action oriented. You all get things done. Aries get it done. Okay? When Aries put something on their mind, they get it done. We like that about the Aries. Libras love Aries' action orientedness, their determination, their drive. Libras love that about Aries. But then it's like, okay, well, sometimes you have to kind of like stop and reevaluate. Sometimes you kind of stop and look around before you just running straight through the forest ram. Like, you have to kind of look up sometimes. And Libra is there to say, hey, look up sometimes, okay? So while Libra is sitting there analyzing everything, and the Aries is just going on and on and on and on and on and on, the manipulation factor is real, because Aries always, like I said, think that they're a step ahead of the Libra, and it's just not the case. It's just not the case. So that's one thing. The next thing is that, and I can go into more stories about my Aries people that were in my life, but we can save that for ensemble.com under the exclusive member content. Aries and Libra do very well together when it comes to business. Aries, to me, seems to have a whole lot of luck. It's something very lucky about the Aries. I've always said, in my opinion, Aries have like little angels walking around them, helping them out and guiding them. It's almost like Aries, God helps children and fools. And Aries are a little bit of both, because they are the first sign of the zodiac. So they're the children of the zodiac sign. They're very childlike. They have this very childlike energy. And they also, like I said, lead with their head a lot. They go straight into things without really thinking about it. So in my opinion, Aries have angels with them all the time, stopping them from walking out in the street, or stopping them from going off that cliff, or stopping them from getting into things, and helping them to bless them to get out of things as well, because they just don't always think before they move. So Aries are always really lucky, in my opinion. They have a lot of luck when it comes to working with Libra, because we complement each other so well. It's like the partnership made in heaven. The Aries goes out there and initiates things and gets the deals going, and the Libra has the ideas and are able to execute the ideas and longevity. See, the Aries is like the speed runner, right? And the Libra is the distance runner. Slow and steady wins the race for the Libra, but the Aries is going to beat the speed race every single time. So it's kind of like that they very much complement each other when it comes to business. My tips for the Aries Libra partnership is, Libra, make sure you take time to think about your decisions before you let your Aries partner know about your decisions. When he or she brings new ideas and new thoughts and things like that, be very careful about saying yes, because when you say yes, the Aries goes full ahead, full steam ahead, and their thought is that one thing. They have a one-track mind. Sometimes it's tunnel vision. So when Libra, because we can change our mind sometimes, because we see things from many different perspectives, which allows us to change our mind. Because we're air sign, it means we flow back and forth through different ideas and different solutions and different conclusions. That Libra, you do have to be very very direct and take your time and make decisions when you are finalizing things with that Aries. And that Aries is going to get one job, do that job, execute that job. Libra, we like to do 3 jobs and we all over this place and that place, and we like, oh well, I ain't gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. That's gonna drive the Aries crazy. Stick to one thing, Libra. Execute it, get it done. Focus on that. Don't make decisions real quick every time the Aries jump out there with decisions. And stay honest. Be honest about what you want and what you don't want. Take time. That's why you need to take time, Libra, so that you can think about the pros and cons and really be honest with your Aries partner about what your desires, needs, expectations are. Aries, don't move so fast in business with Libra, because sometimes Aries, you can be just like a Libra in one idea to the next one very quickly. If you are not serious about getting into business with the Libra, do not get into business with the Libra, because you all can move very fast once again. And have a little bit of patience with the Libra. Don't be dishonest. Don't be a manipulator when it comes to business with the Libra, because they will know and they will cut you off and they will not trust you. Always be honest. Don't go into a business relationship with a Libra thinking that you know more than them, or you're smart and they're dumb and you don't. It's not gonna work. Okay. So yes, Aries love to manipulate Libras. Aries and Libras have great business relationships. They are very successful in business together. And then the Aries and Libra learn so much from each other because they are opposites. We talked about the opposite energy between the two, which also magnetically pulls them together some type of way. So the Aries loves the Libra because the Libra is fun, just like the Aries. The Libra is spontaneous, just like the Aries. The Libra loves the Aries because the Aries has so much energy, and Libra is air sign, so he or she loves to move around a lot. The Aries is masculine. The Aries is apologetic. The Aries is a leader, and Libras love those type of people. If you have an Aries or a Libra in your life, if you're an Aries and you have a Libra in your life, or if you're a Libra and have an Aries in your life, really take time to get to know the other person and really take time to learn them, because when you learn about the opposite, it's the opposite side of you, and you can apply some of those things into your life. Learn about that Aries that will help evolve you into a higher vibrating Libra. Same goes for Aries. Aries, when you meet that Libra, learn from that Libra, grow with that Libra, allow that Libra to be critical of you and give you advice and point out your wrongs. Don't always be so defensive when the Libra points out your wrongs, because normally the Libra is speaking from truth, honesty, love. And don't get so offended when the Libra points it out to you. Actually listen to that advice from that Libra, because the Libra is going to give you sound advice and try to be diplomatic with you about it. But it's going to be true advice. Learn all you can from that Libra, because that Libra helps you to not be so self-centered. Aries, you don't always have to be self-centered. Being self-centered and aggressive does not always get you what you want. If anything, it forces people to use you in a way, Aries. They'll want to be around you for the time, and then they don't want to deal with you later on. And that comes from specifically with Libras. I can't speak for other signs, but I know with Libras, we just won't want to deal with you. We'll just, deal with you for what it is, when it is. Whether it's you're our family, we just around you because you're our family. Maybe you're a co-worker, we just around you, and we won't really deal with you because you're just like too much for us for no reason. Libras, sometimes we can just be not enough when it comes to Aries. Like, they can say, oh, you all are too dry, you all are too this, you all are too that. For example, I'll give you one thing. I'm very particular about my food, because that's one of my pleasures. That's one of my things about Venus, food. I like my food to be quality, or I just like it to be the way that I want it to be. As I get older, you grow out of that. I would always want my French fries cooked a certain type of way. Whenever I go anywhere, I always ask them to cook my French fries a certain type of way. But this one Aries person, they would go out with me, we would go out together and eat, or we would, be together at times when we would eat, and I would order these fries, and every time this person would be like, when you know that they not gonna make your fries like that, or why would you always ask them? Or they, as soon as I say it, they like doing all of this. So if you know that I am going to order my fries this way, and you know that you aren't going to like it, you could have a couple questions. You have a couple options. You can like not go to eat with me, or you could just not say anything. you know, you know that this is coming. So it's like they would that Aries person would always give me like this kickback. It's like, you know me, so I'm particular. I'm particular. And they it just drove them crazy. It's like you are too this, or you just too that. You're not enough this, or you're not relaxed enough. You always want things your way. And that Aries couldn't stand that about me. But the Aries was just like me in that way. They just were a little bit different. It wasn't food they were particular about, maybe, but it was other things that they were particular about. Aries and Libras are very, very, very much alike, very similar in different ways. The Scorpio Libras are even that much more similar and akin to the Aries people, because Scorpio was ruled by Mars at once, or believed to be. And that is my take on the dynamics of Aries and Libra. Those were the main areas that I noticed when it comes to dynamics between Aries and Libra people. They always love to manipulate Libras. Libras and Aries definitely make great business partners, and Libras and Aries learn a lot from each other because they are polar opposites. You can't do nothing but learn from your shadow. So thank you for tuning in. Listen, drop some comments down below. Let me know how you feel about my take on the Libra Aries relationships. Let me know if you have any Libras or Aries in your life. Let me know if you are a Aries or Libra who has a Libra Aries relationship, and let me know, was I right? Was I wrong? Was like, how did you like the video? Let me know. So thank you so much for tuning in. Comment down below if you had your own experiences with Libras, Scorpios, or Aries. Don't forget to visit us over at ensemble.com.